Friends, let's get settled in. Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos. Welcome. I can start with the talking welcome. Okay. Blake says I have to. So welcome everyone who is here this evening in person, including friends and family of our bat mitzvah, Ella Graves, and everyone who's live streaming from home. Tonight is a very exciting evening in that aside from having wonderful music and inspirational words of Torah, we are also celebrating December birthdays, so there will be chocolate. Nice. Ready yet?
I am.
All right. We'll begin with Shir Chadash. If you want the words, page 344. Take it away, Blake.
Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along. All the earth, a new song unto God.
Now it's a pleasure to invite Ella's mom, Alicia, her sister, Lila, grandmothers, aunts, friends, you know who you are, to lead us in lighting the candles for Shabbat. Page 2. The blessings are on page 2.
Hear my prayer, I sing to you. Be gracious I love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. Oh, hear my prayer to you. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Mazel tov. And you'll come back up later when I ask you? Okay. Mazel tov. Yesher koach. Before we move to L'chadodi, I wanted to do just a really brief introduction to set the mood. So we're welcoming Shabbat in a moment in L'chadodi as a bride. There's also a beautiful poem that welcomes Shabbat as a queen. And it's sometimes used to welcome Shabbat into our homes. When we welcome Shabbat into our homes, we talk about the angels of peace. So I wanted to welcome Shabbat in all of those ways, into our sacred space and into our hearts. And with those various metaphors that we have for Shabbat, the queen, the bride, the angels of peace, I hope that we will feel the complete peace of Shabbat. Please join me at the bottom of page 10 in the English. Shabbat HaMalcha. The sun on the treetops no longer is seen. Come, gather to welcome the Sabbath, our queen. Behold her descending, the Holy One, the blessed, and with her the angels of peace and of rest. Draw near, and here abide. Draw near, O Sabbath bride. Peace also to you, you angels of peace. And now, Lecha Dodi, page 10. Sorry, page 20.
Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nikabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Ishmi anu echam yechad, Adonai echad, Shemo echad, L'shem tiferet v'litzila. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nikabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lekuven elcha, Ichi mikor hameracha, Erosh mikedem nisucha, Sof machazeh b'mashavat milah. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nikabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nikabela. Itoreri, Kiva Orech Kumi Uri, Shidaberi, Yevod Adonai, Alek Miglal. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nikabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nikabela. Shalom ateret bala, kam b'simcha v'tzofula, tochem unei am segula, oikala. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nikabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nikabela.
I invite you to continue standing. If you are comfortable, and turning to page 26, we'll continue with the beginning, the transition to the evening service with the Reader's Kaddish.
Yid Gedol v'Yid Kedash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yama divrach Yerutei, v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayedech Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala, uv'yizman kahariv, v'meru, Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevorach, le'olam ol me'al maya, yitbarach, v'yishtabat, v'yitpar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalol, shemei l'kudesha b'richu. Le'olamim kol brechata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, dahamin ran v'yalma, v'meru, Amen.
Page 28, we remain standing for Baruch Hu.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared?
may be seated. Please join me in the middle of page 31. This is an hour of change. This is an hour of change, or crossover. Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we cross back, my brother, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. When we turn ahead, I'd like to invite Ella to come on back up because she'll lead us in the chanting of V'ahavta in a moment. Come stand right here. And we'll rise in body or spirit and turn to page 34 for Shema.
Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Machato. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu,
You may be seated, page 36. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'aderech uv'shachvecha uv'kumecha ug'shartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hoseti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. Well done, Yeshua.
Page 40, Mi Chamocha. We continue with Hashkivenu, a prayer for peace, page 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom Hamideinu Shomrenu Echayim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom Hamideinu Shomrenu Echayim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom Hamideinu Shomrenu
Prayer before the Amidah, Vishamru. We pick up the pace a little bit and we start to really celebrate the Shabbat, the Sabbath. I see you getting ready over there. For those of you that have never been here before or watched us on live stream, there's a tradition that involves twirling and wooing, and just follow these young people in the front row. They know what they're doing. The twirlers, page 44.
Vishamru B'nei Yisrael et Shabbat Lasot et Shabbat L'Doratam B'Ridolam Vishamru B'nei Yisrael et Shabbat Lasot et Shabbat L'Doratam B'Ridolam B'nei Uvein B'nei Yisrael Od Le'olam, Od לדורות ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם.
Sure koach. And now we rise in body or in spirit for the Amidah, the standing prayer. We'll begin on page 46 as we prepare ourselves with Adonai Svatai Tiftach, and we will sing out loud the blessings through page 52.
Adonai Svatai Tiftach ufi agita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elokei avoteinu v'imoteinu, Elokei Avraham, Elokei Yitzhak, v'Elokei Yaakov, Elokei Sarah, Elokei Rivka, Elokei Rachel, Elokei Leah, El Hagadol, Hagibor v'Chanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Hasei Avot V'Mechod, U'Mevi Gula Lifnei V'Nekem, L'man Shemo B'Yakava, Melech Otzu Mashiach U'Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham V'Zrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mekayeh HaKol Atah Rav L'Koshiach, Mashiach HaRuach U'Marid HaGashem, Mechakeh Hayim Behesed, Mechayeh HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim, Somef Noflim V'Rofei Holim, U'Matzir Asurim, U'Mekayeh Emunato L'Shenei Afar, Mikamocha Ba'al Gevurot, U'Mido Mehelach, Melech Meimit U'Mekayeh, U'Masmiach Yeshua, V'Nemanatav L'Kayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekayeh HaKol. Atah kadosh, Ishimcha kadosh, U'kadoshim b'chol yom, Yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Kadosh, you are holy, and your name is holy. Ata Kadosh, Ishim HaKadosh, Ukdoshim V'Koyol, Yahaleluya Selah, Baruch Atah Adonai. Osei Shalom, Bimramah, Uyasei Shalom, Osei Shalom, Bimramah, Uyasei Shalom, Hallelujah, Kol Yisrael, Imeru Amen. Peace to us and to all Israel, and let us say Amen. Send peace to us and to all Israel, and let us say Amen. Osei Shalom.
We turn ahead to page 253. In a moment, we will offer a prayer for all of those in need of healing. I'd like to read the names that are on our Mishaberach list and then offer the opportunity for folks at the end to add in any names that you want to add that are not on the list. Harvey Adelsky, Sherry Alexander, Gary Atkins, Richard Barker, Betty Berlin, Lynn Birmingham, Raven Chong, Ray Clark, Bruce Cohen, Isidore Cohen, Nicholas Catrone, Mary Davis, Stephen Despens, Caleb Dressen, Clark DeVoskin, Mitch Earl, Alan Eisen, Carrie Ehrlich, Aaron and Roz Feingold, Kathleen Furch, Bobby Fredrickson, Lauren Friedman, Max Gans, Tom Gorgon, Jerome Gwynn, George Gamble Hamilton, Frederick Herman, Braden Hink, Helene Holtzman, Blake Hull, Laura Jacoby, John Jenkins, Linda Jenkins, Shannon Jenkins, Charles Jones, Alan Justin, Lila Kaminer, Jackie Capstein, Marlene Cateron, Tom Cateron, Bob Kershaw, Marilyn Krasnov, Ronnie Lang, Cindy Levine, Ken Levy, Marcia Levy, Dorothy London, Bob Lucasano, Asa Luo, Liz Lyman, Lisa Macklin, Arnold Meyer, Stuart Miller, Jeff Mitchell, Phyllis Mix, Lowell Morrow, Shayna Batmoshe, Greg Mosher, Mark Newerman, Arthur Newman, Joyce Newman, Karen Parker, Lynn Prisant, Kathy Resnick, David Reckman, Marjorie Romes, Deborah Rowan, Peyton Rowland, Norman Rosenblatt, Sherry Rosenblum, Barry Savage, Patty Savage, Brian Schneider, Eric Schuster, Jillian Sekulis, Lee Sexton, Nancy Shallett, Peggy Sharp, Judith Siegel, Carter Silk, Nicole Aronson Silverman, Dee Singer, Debbie Singerman, David Skolny, Arthur Slutza, Norman Spitzer, Robin Weinstein, Dr. John Sid Williams, Dr. Walter Wolf, Faye Yeager, Yardine Meir Ben Yitzchak, Paul Zell, Aharon Ben Yocheved, Leah Bat Mindel. Any other names?
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
And now, if you'll join me, we have a prayer for peace in Israel during wartime on the blue cards. And I keep in mind not only all of our family in Israel, also while happy for the release of some of the hostages, praying hard for those who have not yet been returned to their families. Rock and Redeemer of the people of Israel, guard the covenant, bless and protect the state of Israel and all of her inhabitants. Guard this good land established with liberty, justice, and peace, as conceived by the prophets of Israel. Open the hearts and minds of all the leaders of the nation, her sons and her daughters, to guide them in paths of peace and justice, with true strength and wisdom. Strengthen the hands of those who defend and protect our holy land, and crown their efforts with success, that they might establish your reign of righteousness, free from all oppression and fear. May the work of their hands be established, and the words of your prophets be fulfilled. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, nor shall they learn war anymore. Amen. Earlier this week, on Monday, at our Zoom Lunch and Learn, which just, I have to say, feels like a month has passed since last Monday. Is it just me? Earlier this week on Monday, we were discussing Rabbi Harold Kushner's book, The Lord is My Shepherd, Healing Wisdom of the 23rd Psalm. And I was reminded of, I guess, the wise words of Søren Kierkegaard, who said, life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. At least that's attributed to him. And we were at the half of a verse, I think, which was almost all that we got through in the 1 hour. 3 words, Yancheni v'magle tzedek. God leads me in paths of righteousness, or at least that's how it's usually translated. And Rabbi Kushner points out that ma'agle can be also translated as roundabout paths, right? God leads me in roundabout right paths or roundabout paths of justice. It's not so easy to translate this. I suggested, because ma'agal is a circle, igul is circular. So maybe there are actually circular or circuitous paths. And what we think the psalmist might be trying to teach us in these 3 words is a similar lesson that we learned in a story from the Talmud, and I'm not going to try to quote it, that Rabbi Alter taught some months ago here, that sometimes the straight path is not always the shortest path or even the right path. Sometimes the paths that we have to take are, in fact, circular, roundabout, repeating and going back on themselves. And so when we reflect on our own life's journeys, seeing that taking the long way was not only necessary at times, but sometimes the better way. Sometimes the paths with the unexpected turns are the ones that are most rewarding. So toward the end of this week's Parshat Vayishlach, after Jacob's encounter with his brother Esau, which may or may not have been an entirely happy reunion, but we don't have time to talk about that tonight, so if you want to come to Torah study tomorrow, heads up, that's what we'll be talking about, just one verse, the reunion of the brothers. But after that encounter, in chapter 35, toward the beginning of 35, which is really at the very end of our Torah portion, we discover that God speaks to Jacob once more, telling him to go home. So it says, Vayomer Elohim et El Yaakov, and Elohim, God, said to Jacob, Kum ale Beit El v'shev sham. Get up and go to Beth El, and live there. Va'aseh sham mizbeach, and make an altar there, la'el hanir'eh elecha, to God who appeared to you, bevarchecha mipnei Esav achicha, when you were fleeing from Esau, your brother. Go home, get up and go to Beth El. And it is reported that Jacob comes to the area called Luz, which is in the land of Canaan, and it is also, now it's known as Luz, but this is also Beth El, the same place where he was before. And he and all the people who were with him arrive there, and he builds an altar there, as God has commanded him. Vayikra lamakom El Beit El, and he named the place El Beit El, because God was revealed to him when he was fleeing from his brother back then, and again now God revealed to him to go back there. So he kind of renames it doubly, El Beit El. So first we learn, I don't know, it's still there, the tickle, excuse me. First we learn that Jacob returns to the place that he was before. He circles back to Beth El, and he renames it El Beth El. And then we find a verse with what I think is the most surprising information, which I'd completely forgotten about until I made it to the end of the parsha, and I said, oh yeah, that happened. Vatamot Dvorah meneket Rivka. And Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died and was buried beneath Bethel, beneath an oak. This is really good in the Hebrew. Tachat ha'alon, under an oak tree. Vayikra shmo Alon Bachut. And he called it, the oak tree or the place, the oak of weeping. This is one verse, Genesis 35:8. Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died and was buried also at Bethel, beneath an oak that he called the oak of weeping. The reason that it's surprising is because the Torah mentions the death and burial of Deborah, which is sort of like not in place in the narrative. It's sort of out of place. It's stuck in there. And did you remember Devorah, the Devorah that was Rebekah's childhood nurse? I don't expect you to remember it. We all know Deborah, the prophetess from the book of Judges, but there's a Deborah in Genesis. She's the wet nurse and then the babysitter, right? The nanny for Rebekah. And it's very odd that this verse is reported. She's a minor character, after all. We know nothing else about her life, only that she leaves Padan Aram with Rebekah and later dies in Bethel. So why now are we being told about her death? And why are we told, this one's the really interesting thing, that she's buried under Bethel, under an oak tree that is called the Oak of Weeping. And it says that from then on, from the time that she is buried there, that place is literally called Alon Bechut, the Oak of Weeping. Deborah is the only servant in the Torah whose death and burial receive mention. Not Abraham's servant Eliezer, who arranges for Rebekah's marriage to his master's heir. Not Bilhah and Zilpah, the handmaidens who give birth to 4 of Rebekah's grandsons. None of these famous servants merit recognition. In fact, even Rebekah's own death goes unremarked. At the time of her death, we don't know when it is in the story. We only hear about it later, at Jacob's death, when we are told that his mother's burial is in the cave of Machpelah. But Rebekah's nurse gets special mention here. The fact that Deborah's death is commemorated also with a living memorial, an oak tree that gets its own name, this seems to show just how beloved she was to Isaac and Rebekah's family. We are told, if we do the math, that her service spanned 80 years, including 20 long years of Jacob's exile. Not only was Deborah a significant person in this family's life, but here in this moment, in this verse, she appears to be connected to Jacob's spiritual journey. Because Bethel, or Beit El, is the place where God appears to Jacob twice, in his fleeing home and in his returning home. After 20 years of not so much ma'aglei tzedek, a straight or maybe even a righteous path, but a long, long, circuitous journey, circling back to where he was before. I'm not sure what the lesson is in this, but I wanted to share it with you. And I think, thinking back to Monday and landing here tonight, that perhaps both Rabbi Kushner and the Torah itself are teaching us that Jacob, having lived his life in forward motion along many circuitous paths, is only now, finally, beginning to understand his life in looking back and reflecting. And maybe that is the lesson that we need to learn for ourselves in our lives in this moment. Shabbat Shalom. I'm so glad you're coming back. We rise in body we're in spirit, and we turn ahead to page 282 for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, atei kedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanager yeharatzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam kelkenu kachem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, Umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech, malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai, lemelech al kol haaretz, Vayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad.
You may be seated. In a moment, if you are here for the yahrzeit of a loved one, or if you are in mourning, you may rise again when I read their names, the names of your loved ones. This evening we are recalling the yahrzeits of Sid Antonoff, Harold Cohen, Emily Jane Edelstein, Israel Maurice Farhi, Steve Hurwitz, Alice James, Saul Catherines, Paul Krulowich, Mildred Leaf, Sam Marks, Harold Mendelson, Lillian Mendelson, Marion Moy, Molly Nadell, Lloyd Rigler, Luis Shidlovsky, Jeffrey Bruce Sibin, and Doris Turkle. And on our 11-month list, Josh Yellen, Leon Rechtman, Robert Shaw, Roger Despens, Ilan David Masseri, Betty Besser, Marlene Kaplan, Edith Ekber, Jay Anthony, Marcia Kurtz, Bernice Bunny Mayer, Melody Hudgens, Philip Kaufman, Jessica Berkeley, Eva Rothstein, David Bemis, Henry Meininger, Bridget Paon, Dennis Lebo, Sandy Fay, Stephen Ekber, Ellen Marcia Katz, Sydney Schneider, Melvin Kiner, Francis Reif, Sandra Slutza, and Mary Thoburn. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own Zichronam Livracha. May all of their memories be for a blessing. And we all rise to support those who are in mourning and to remember those who have passed on. Page 294, Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, B'yalma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'vyamechon u'v'chayei techol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam omei omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudesha b'richu. Le'ela mikol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, damiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. You may be seated. I hope I have this in the right order. I think it's birthdays first and then gifts for you, Ella. All right? So, okay. So it's a pleasure, I guess, to call it. And by the way, I forgot to tell you it's birthdays, but you can do happy birthday, right?
Sure.
Without prep. All right.
Yeah.
All right. If you're having a birthday in the month of December, today being December 1st, the first of this month, come on down, line up around here. All right, whoa, we got 1, 2. All right, I'm going to ask you, do you want to lead us off? All right, come on. You be at the head of the line. It's your weekend, after all. All right, so here are the instructions. Your name, your birthday. You don't have to say the year, although we all know how old you are now. And I don't know, you can say one. There are not that many of you, and we're running early, so you can say your favorite flavor of ice cream, or what you want. Oh, and if you like chocolate, also. All right. So this is.
My name is Ella Graves. My birthday is December 2nd, and my favorite flavor of ice cream is cookies and cream.
There you go. All right. Pass the mic. Happy birthday.
Paula Wilson. My birthday is December 3rd, and
You got more gifts coming.
I don't mind saying 58.
Woo!
Well, on Sunday.
December 3rd. It's your bat mitzvah.
I'm Allison Dobo. My birthday is December 17th, and I guess I'm turning 22, so that's fun.
Oh, it's a part of the cocktails.
I'm Daniel Levenstein. I'm December 17th as well, and I'm going to be 35.
Oh, mazel tov.
I'm Sheldon Levenstein, and December 14th, and I'm going to be 62.
Oh, excellent. I think there's someone behind you. Happy birthday.
Aaron Edelstein, my birthday is December 25th, and I'm turning 35.
There you go. What an auspicious day for a birthday. All right, hit it.
Yom Haledet Sameach, Yom Haledet Sameach, Yom Haledet Sameach, Yom Haledet Sameach.
And many more. Mazel tov. Enjoy the chocolate. Oh, and you get applause. And now it is a pleasure to turn it over to Frank Mix, a member of our Board of Trustees. I saw that you were here. Oh, there you are. I couldn't remember which direction. Frank is going to say nice things to you and then offer you some gifts. So you're going to want to stick around for this. I mean, at least I think he's going to say nice things.
I will say nice things, yes. So, Ella, congratulations to you, and mazel tov to your entire family, to your parents, Alicia and Michael, and your sister Lila, who I'm sure helped you along the way to make it to this day. Which you should, I like that look, which I think you should be very proud of getting here today. I know there's a lot of hard work involved, and tomorrow is a celebration for you of all the work that you've put into this and everything that your family's done to support you. So in looking over all that you've done, it's amazing. Your accomplishments are phenomenal, I have to say. I was just blown away. And I think that as you move on with life after your bat mitzvah, I think you would find that the confirmation process, with all you have to offer, you would be a marvelous contributor to that. And with all that you have to offer, I think you would get that back as well. And in terms of, life's lessons learned, which brings me to the gifts. So one of the gifts that you're getting, and I've not read this book, so I can't say if it's good or not, is the J-Girl's Guide to Providing Practical Advice to Judaism for Adolescents. So it's written for teenagers like yourself, and hopefully you can get some good things out of that book. And you'll also be receiving, and these two gifts, these books, you'll be receiving also a Bible, and these two books were given to you by the entire synagogue, including the clergy and the religious school. There's also two other gifts in the bag, and this is where I need my cheat sheet for sure. So WRJ is presenting you with crystal candlesticks, and the men's club is presenting you with a Jewish star necklace. So I believe they're all in the bag here for you. Enjoy, and mazel tov to you and your family. Thank you.
Very well done. Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Believe it or not, I'm standing in for Sandy Davis. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Mazel tov to Ella on her becoming a bat mitzvah tomorrow and her birthday tomorrow. So we're going to have a great time tomorrow morning up on the tall bima. Our next two Friday nights are going to be big. Join us next Friday at 7 p.m. for a congregational dinner celebrating Shabbat and Hanukkah, known as Shabbanica. Boy, I didn't read these in advance. We'll have both fried and baked chicken, as well as latkes, of course, veggies, and more. And when we're done with dinner, we'll light the outdoor menorah before our 8 p.m. service. Thanks to a generous sponsor, dinner is only $8 per adult. Please, please, please RSVP by Tuesday. Tuesday is also the deadline for saying Havdalah. Like Shabbat is over by Tuesday, and you've got to sign up so that we have enough fried and baked chicken. Then save the date for the following Friday. I feel like you should make this announcement, December 15th, as TKE's Ahavat Torah Band presents the TKE Transit Authority, celebrating Shabbat with the music of the band Chicago. You know the prayers, you know the tunes. Let's sing together as we welcome the Sabbath with these great songs. And the dress code, I am not kidding, is wear your favorite concert t-shirt and jeans. This is very cool. Almost everything else we have going on is Hanukkah. It's all Hanukkah all the time, 8 full days. So please review the handout or pick up a flyer from the table in front of the gift shop to learn about all of the events and what time we'll be lighting the outdoor menorah each night. You can also find all of the information on the Hanukkah Hub on the website. Please join us after the service for an oneg sponsored by the Graves family in honor of Ella's bat mitzvah. And remember to return your sidurim to the cart at the back before we meet you at oneg. And we'll conclude with Kiddush and Motzi.
We will.
All right, you want Kiddush?
Sure.
Excellent. We rise for Kiddush. It's not a full cup.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen. Ellie, do you want to lead these this gang of? Yeah, come on.
Yeah, come
They
on
they
down.
need an older person's wisdom. Yeah, come on. It's her bat mitzvah. Come on, let her in. Yeah. There we go. All right, ready? Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. You wanna grab one for your mama? Yeah. Okay. It's like 6 weeks now. 4 weeks? It's about 4 weeks since I had a head cold.